I love you guys. Dance off, bro. I have the high ground.
Expecto Patronum!
39 days, 20 people, 1 survivor.
Tribe of Nerds.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Tribe of Nerds for one of our most ambitious event podcasts ever. As you can see, we have some of our roasters here. A couple could not make it, but we have a really good lineup here for you all. And I want to welcome you to the celebrity roast of Ryan, Neo, Wayne. So this is going to be really, really fun. And before we start, I just want to make sure that everyone knows, like, we're all having fun, we're all friends here, like, these are all jokes, we're not hellscape, we're all not like yelling and cussing at each other the entire time. So with that out of the way, there is only one way to get Ryan to show up, and I think we all know what it is. Screentime.
Don't.
Screentime.
Don't.
Screentime.
Don't do it. Oh no, you did it.
There he is.
I told you.
He has risen.
We say screen time 3 more times. Does he disappear?
We can try it.
We can try.
No. I found the clause. I'm here for all of it. Plus, this is your guys' chance to say everything you wanted to say and then some, even though that's pretty much what you guys do anyway. But now I'll have witnesses to what I endure on a daily basis on Facebook Messenger.
I mean, what I want to say to you, I mean, it's just bye.
All right. Well, let's get into it. So how this will work is each roaster is going to take at least 5 minutes, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, to tell all their material. We'll obviously have reactions. We do have a live audience member in Matt, so you'll probably hear heckling at some points
Matt
in the
is
show.
here. Let's go.
Let's go, Matt, the Cookie King.
King.
Fuck you, Joe.
All right. And so once they get through all their material, we get through all 5 roasters, and Ryan will have a rebuttal. And so that should be interesting after Ryan
I would
has heard.
like to point out, is that just the part where he cries at the end, or?
We'll have to see. We will have
Can
to
you
see.
be funny and make me cry? That is the challenge you are all presented with.
Yep. We will have to see here. Well, without further ado, let's introduce our first roaster. He is known as everyone's favorite Brit. He was the fallen angel of Heroes vs. Villains, just missed out on possibly winning. He woos all the women with his British charm, and he's the #1 Andy defender. It is, of course, Michael. Welcome, Michael.
That wasn't much of a roast, Jake. That was just nice. Yes, I'm Michael. I'm the British one, and I'm here to roast a bunch of Americans. It's going to be like the Civil War, but at least this time the good guys are going to win. Pirate Sara is here. Sara is so in love with Kevin, she actually dyed her hair to match his. Not the hair on her head, obviously. Her wife calls it her Skittles because every night she tastes the rainbow. Rachel is not here, which is actually lucky because it was a direct violation of the restraining order that I put out on her. I was meant to be coming to Over the Edge in December, but the risk of abduction was just too high. Kevin is also here. Kevin has little hands, like his favorite president, Trump. Also like Trump, he's had countless men shot, aim at his face, then miss and hit him in the ear. Kevin also spends a lot of time in the gym, which makes sense given the amount of spare time that he has on his hands, being a disappointment to his family.
Oh God, it's so good. This is where
Gregg.
we started.
Yeah, sorry. Gregg, during Heroes versus Villains, we were in a Fantastic Four alliance where Anthony savagely suggested that Gregg could be the Thing. He was a stone monster. They say a rolling stone gathers no moss. Based on Heroes versus Villains, a rolling stone gathers no allies. Jen's not here, but I'll do my joke anyway. In Heroes vs. Villains, Jen was annoyed that people played the game from when they were dropped into the tribes and called it pre-gaming. Pre-gaming is the same as foreplay. If you don't want to do it, it's no wonder you were left unsatisfied, Jen.
We love you, Jen.
And on to Jake, our amazing host. I struggle to think of bad things to say about Jake because he's just too pure. It'd be like kicking a puppy. Kind of curious to hear the noise that it would make, but the immediate shame would be unbearable. The closest thing I have for Jake is that he has the same high-pitched little giggle that Yoda has.
Oh,
Joe, I don't actually know you very well, Joe, and that's actually a deliberate choice on my part because anyone that's that close to Ryan must be a truly awful person. Which leads me to the main man himself, Ryan Wayne. Ryan, I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible because you're incapable of hearing someone speak for more than a minute without interrupting.
It's not
And
true.
if we let him start, he won't stop, even if it is on a charity live stream where the hosts are desperately trying to snuff his torch and move on with the evening. Ryan Wayne is so desperate for attention, he agreed to bring us all here to roast him tonight like Michael Scott without the counterbalance of being remotely likable. Boom, roasted. I actually gave Ryan the nickname of Neo, which I said because he dodged bullets, but it was maybe more fitting than I realized because he lives in his own little world, plugged into the internet, constantly searching his own name. Ryan has been seen by millions of people playing generic nerd number 1, generic nerd number 2, and who could forget generic nerd number 3. Ryan is the acting equivalent of Nickelback in that everyone that's heard of him wishes they hadn't. Ryan talks about how much Riz he has, and by Riz, I mean silently staring at attractive girls from the shadows, too scared to make a move, hoping maybe they're into the guy that... Fuck, I ruined it. Hoping maybe they're into the guys that look like Captain America before the special serum. Speaking of Ryan's lack of Riz, I've gotten further with Jeremiah than Ryan has, and I've never even spoken to her. The best hope that Ryan has with Jeremiah is watching season 45 with his fleshlight. Ryan was in a movie called Pancake Man, which is good training for when his career dies and he ends up working in IHOP.
Has that not happened already?
Hopefully we can get through this evening without Ryan having an emotional breakdown. I've seen him cry more times than I've seen a boat with his name on it. And to end this, I'm supposed to say something nice about Ryan, which, to be honest, I found the most difficult part of all of this. The closest I have is that every day when I wake up, I can comfort myself knowing that I'm not Ryan Wayne. Thank you.
That shit came from the fucking heart.
Well, speaking of pancakes, I think, Ryan, you better go check the oven because your pancakes are burnt right now from all that roast.
Well done, Michael.
Oh
I love you, Ryan.
That was
Love you
great.
too, bro.
He quivered when he said your name. I fucking heard it. Thanks, Michael.
Oh boy. Well, no one can forget Michael's British charm. All right. Here we go. Roast number 2. We know her as the winner of Heroes versus Villains, the Captain Jack Sparrow of the Tribe of Nerds, Kevin's worst nightmare, and the person who can't stop doing video calls. So please welcome Pirate Sara to the roasting panel.
Hey, fuck you all. You guys all got me so stressed out this fucking thing. I'm smoking. You guys got me fucked up. I'm smoking. But I'm excited to be here. This is a really great cast. Speaking of Heroes versus Villains, I mean, I haven't seen this many losers in one room since that mini, so it's pretty reminiscent. Happy to be here. I'm really honored to be here to remind Neo what a shitty fucking person he is. And to start us off, I just wanted to say, fuck you, Kevin, and fuck you, Gregg. Fuck you still, Gregg, for calling yourself the pirate hunter, but that's all you'll ever be is because all your shots miss.
Ooh.
Joe, oh Joe, I hope you didn't think I was gonna forget about you in the sea of vanquished people, but I know we don't know each other very well, but I just gotta know. Is that really your fucking name? Because I can't decide if it's a stage name or if the day you were born, your mom looked at you at the same time the nurse asked what to write down on the birth certificate, and she went, "You're fucking joking," and that was it. So I mean, I just gotta know. Speaking of babies on the other end of the spectrum, let's move on to Kevin. Kevin, I fucking hate you as much as Richard Simmons loves spandex. I hate that you were the only person that I could get to go to Universal Studios with me, and it made me literally sick to my stomach. We had to leave after one ride. I hate that you took a picture of my blister, and sent it to the group chat. I hate your fucking tiny hands. And I hate that in every situation, I always get left with you. I fucking hate you. Jake, my little Mike Wazowski frat boy. The worst thing Jake has ever done is ate too many M&Ms and gained a couple pounds. How could I make fun of somebody so perfect? Jake goes to the gym every day, but if some Girl Scouts posted up outside giving free samples, Jake is the kind of guy that is so nice that would take it every day and thus making going to the gym fucking pointless because he's just so nice. Rachel's not here. I hear she's sick, so I just wanted to call her a sexy Chucky. But Rachel is the only girl I know, as indecisive as girls are. She literally left a decision up to a wheel, and that kind of girldom just cannot be topped. Rachel and Michael have a cute little thing where they fall in love every day, and we all get to watch in the group chat, and every fucking day I get left with Kevin. And I finally figured out why. Rachel is a beautiful lady, and I'm sure she has very nice round boobs, which kind of look like zeros, which is exactly the chance that England has at winning anything. So now let's get on to the man we're all here to see cry, Mr. Screentime himself, crying Ryan. Ryan, we're pretty good friends, and I gotta say, you're the Edward to my Bella. You truly are a vampire, though, because you suck the fun out of everything. You're a talented actor, and I really enjoy all of your movie. I have to say, Pancake Man had a phenomenal cast, and acting was superb after you weren't in it. Ryan, you'll probably never win an Oscar or a Grammy, but that's okay because Kevin can be your Grammy. And if Dirty Harry can make an entire person up named Oscar, then we can just keep going on pretending that we watch all your Darman videos. Oh boy, Chattergate really still makes me laugh. It's still so funny how you suggested to Corey and to everyone that when we're stressed to go take a bath, considering you're the most washed up person out of all of us. But really, I fucking love you all, and hopefully in the future you can roast me. I understand that Will isn't here tonight, but I hear he's out patrolling the Yellow Brick Road or something, so we'll have to catch him next time. That's all for me.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
Well, time for the pirate to walk the plank after that. All right. So our third roaster, the man of few words, the pirate hunter himself, my fellow season 6 finalist, Gregg.
Yeah, I didn't write stuff down like y'all did, so like I'm not gonna be reading. I guess I'll go with Michael first since he's on my screen. Michael, you're the closest thing I'll ever get to a real life Austin Powers.
The chest hair too.
Yeah, It is.
Groovy, baby.
Hurt and the way with the ladies, it's everything. He's a spy. Sarah, fuck you. Kevin, the only reason I don't really like you it's your super flamboyantly teacher. I fucking hate teachers, man. I've always hated them.
It's the teacher thing.
Assigning you homework.
Sorry. I dropped out. Joe, I guess it's bit of carryover from Ryan because I really don't know who you are either. But Jake, Jake, I can't make fun of you. I'll get canceled. We already talked about this. You can't make fun of Jake or you'll get canceled. And Ryan, I didn't have much jokes about you because I had to do research to find you. But I did have some stuff from work. I walked around work and I asked people to roast
Tell him, Michael.
a picture of Ryan Wayne, and the only thing I got is he looks like Justin Bieber and Dobby had a COVID baby. And this is what I got from AI generation. And it looks almost exactly to your picture. It was crazy.
No one
It's
gives
the
him a
almost crying look that gets it for me. That's
We're close. We're close. I'm
I
surprised.
really,
Oh,
oh, God.
all right. I was gonna say, are you gonna present Ryan with the sock now?
Yeah, I got one, but it's in the other room. I was gonna get one later in a book.
don't give him the sock. Don't set him free. Don't put that on any of us.
We want him to come to Over the Edge, right?
Wait, we want Ryan to come?
Well, we can't roast him again.
Coming no matter what.
I
Yeah,
made
I
you
already bought
something,
my
Ryan,
plane
It's
because
ticket.
more real life screen time.
We'll let Gregg finish.
I made you something because I apparently misunderstood the assignment. But we made a documentary for you.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go.
Who Ryan Wayne really is? In the next few seconds, we'll take a deep dive. After searching the dark web and everywhere else, here's what we found. There's the Pancake Man and a bizarre video of Ryan. He appears to be cry-wanking to his own radio-worthy face in a mirror. It's an odd sight, to say the least. So, who is Ryan Wayne? Sometimes, the search itself is all we need. The internet is full of strange characters. Ryan Wayne might just be another one. In the end, does anyone really care?
There you go.
It was nice. It was nice.
Wonderful video, Gregg. Thank you.
Great.
Now you can follow Pirate Sarah off the plank to go hunting.
All right.
All right. Well, next up, we have to bring on the tiny hands themselves, the senior member of Tribe of Nerds because he's the oldest. And the one whose students ask why he has a problem with the pirate. So, of course, Kevin.
Oh my gosh, thank you for that round of applause. This is really crazy because we're doing a celebrity roast without any celebrities. So that's really unique. Except, wait a second. Do I see Desmond from Lost? No, that's just Sarah. Never mind, it's just Sarah. The facial hair got me. So Pirate Sarah is here. It's great to see you. I was a little concerned, right, that a storm might come and like take you off course. But lucky for you, it only took that one tooth. So Sarah's career is she is a photographer, which is great for all of us because Sarah has a body odor that you want to keep on the other side of the camera. And I know this because I just recently met Sarah in person. And I know that she's a really talented photographer because she was able to make it look in the photos like I actually wasn't horribly miserable the entire time I was with her. So like that takes a really high level of skill. Well done, Sarah. Well done. And she made it seem like she was a tolerable human being, and in the words of a wise woman, she is nothing like that. She is nothing of the sort. I've watched a lot of movies and reviewed them with Sara, and so like I can tell you that like when we watched Pirates of the Caribbean, she cheered for Davy Jones, right? When we watched Marvel movies, she cheers for Thanos. When we watched Schindler's List, she cheered for Hitler. When we watched Harry Potter, she cheered for J.K. Rowling. So like she's actually just the worst. So I hope I never see you again. Moving on, we also have Michael here. Michael's from England or Great Britain or one of those colonizer countries, just goes around and like takes things. I'm pretty sure Michael is a bartender. And I think this because when Michael plays orgs, I see the background of his apartment, and that definitely looks like the apartment of someone who has chosen bartender as their career path. Michael was almost not here tonight. True story, there was an oil spill and they were gonna throw him in and let his chest hair soak up all the oil. But luckily, our friend Will, friend of the show, he sent his cut off sleeves. So they were able to use those instead so Michael could be here with us. Joe is here. Hey, Joe. Joe is a professional comedian, so if he offends you, just remember he's just Joe King. And if you thought that pun was lame, just remember he chose that name on purpose. I do think that we need to take a second with Joe and like give him some accolades for his glow up. If you go back into his like old social media profiles, you'll see he used to look like an aggressively white dude, fucked a rat. And if you look at him now, what you'll see is an aggressively white dude who's into snowboarding, fucked a rat. So props to you, bud. Real proud of you.
Oh, God damn it.
Rachel was gonna be here, and she's not here. And that actually works out perfectly, right? Because I don't think I can roast Rachel, because the key to a roast is to have literally any amount of respect for the person. And so I just can't do that with Rachel. And plus, like, when you look at her and you see her face, you just wonder, like, hasn't life roasted her enough? Gregg is here. What can I say about Gregg? Like, really, what can I say about him? I know nothing about this man, except for how to spell his name, because it always comes up at Tribal Council. 2 G's, everybody. 2 G's. Oh, and my friend Jen was gonna be here. Oh, I love Jen. Jen and I are like soul siblings, right? Like we have so much in common. Jen and I, like, she used to be a teacher. I am a teacher. She dyes her hair. I dye my hair. She got blocked by Paige. I got blocked by Paige. She wants to suck Troy's dick. I want to suck Troy's dick. She lives in the white trash part of Pennsylvania. And we love her. And then finally, moving on to the boy of the hour, the her man himself, Ryan, Neo, Frat Boy, Screentime, as many nicknames as he can give himself to make this last longer as possible. Listen, here's the thing, buddy. As a teacher, I feel bad when like smarter people bully dumb kids. So like, I want to give you some advice to help you get through tonight, right? So like, people are gonna make fun of your age, right? And that's actually okay. It's okay that you're so young, because it gives you a chance to maybe, hopefully, finally grow into your looks, right? And like, they're gonna make fun of your hair because it looks real dumb, but it's not your fault that as an underpaid, like not working actor, you can't afford a barber. Like, that's not your fault. They're gonna make fun of the things that you say. And that part really is your own fault, and you need to fix that. Stop saying Riz. They're gonna call you skinny and scrawny and weak. Also, like, they're gonna make fun of you for not being able to get a date with J Maya, but I have some tips for you. I came up with a list of Survivor women alumni who I think if you ask them out, they at least wouldn't say no, right? So we've got Angie and Jen from Palau. We've got Ashley from China. If you're into cougars, maybe Sunday from Millennials versus Gen X. Maybe Sonia from Borneo, or Kim Johnson from Africa. Like, any of those women, I think if you approached them and you asked them out, they at least wouldn't say no. So, maybe you have a shot. Anyway, I do want to say, Ryan, it's great that you agreed to do this. And it's really nice that we were going to say all these things about you anyway, but at least you agreed to it. You're not going to cry about it. So thanks for that. And thank you so much for having me. I'm sure all of Jake's fans will appreciate this.
Well, the last joke being about Ryan being a necrophiliac is interesting.
Found that out.
What is that?
Well,
you just brought up fucking dead people.
That got pretty dark.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
In the first like 30 seconds, you went right to Hitler, and that's when I knew this is fucked.
Yeah.
I'm saying those women won't say no to you. The rest of them might, but those women,
they can't say yes.
Yeah,
Kevin, that's not how.
That's part of the equation.
My God. All right. Well, we have our last roaster here. Of course, we have the co-host of the Day After podcast, by far the funnier of the two hosts. And of course, the kingpin himself, it's Joe.
Hey there, everyone. Michael, you make it pretty far in the orgs you play because you're really lucky that Americans are dumb enough to fall for that sweet British accent. If you didn't have that, you'd probably be like Cameron and get voted out pre-merge on all your seasons. Cameron already taken strays. The best thing that Rachel has done in the org community is not show up to this roast. Just straight up. Kevin and Pirate Sara tell everyone that they hate each other, but rumor has it that every night at the stroke of midnight, a magical rainbow descends on a pirate ship. And then rumor has it that the ship rocks violently as you can hear the moans of Pirate Sara going, "Kevin, you're too fucking old," followed by the moans of Kevin going, "At least I have a likable personality." Yeah, get it? They were hate fucking. But remember, that's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. Obviously, it's not true because, well, I don't know if you can tell, but Kevin is gay. That is fact. Kevin's gay. I know. Shocking. When Kevin gets voted out of orgs, he always says, "Damn, I suck dick." Gregg, I don't know much about you, but I gotta say I fucking hate that extra G on your name. Like, it just really pisses me off every time I see your name. So should think about getting that removed. I don't know what doctor you go to for that.
The extra G is for gonorrhea.
Jake, you are so fucking bad at movie trivia. In Quiz Club, you earned Team Vanquish an astounding 0 points. You might be a winner in Vanquish, but on Team Quiz Club, that makes you historically the worst player that has ever been on Quiz Club. There's no joke here. I'm just salty about losing, so I'm just venting my frustrations on here. There's no joke.
It's so good. That's fucked up, Jake.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and moving on now to the man of the hour here. Ryan, you barely joined the org community, and already there is enough material for you to do a whole roast. We're roasting you before the person who literally thinks she's a pirate. That's how memeable you are. Neo means new. The real reason he's called Ryan Neo Wayne is once you talk to him, you're praying to talk to someone new. Ryan is on the channel Darman. You might have seen him in great videos such as Billionaire Blackmails Poor Immigrant or Rich Student Pays Kids to Go to His B-Day. And if you don't like those ones, wait until you see his next videos. Loser Gets Bullied by a Fake Pirate, or Nerdy Frat Bro Throws Himself a Pity Party, or Annoying White Guy Won't Shut the Hell Up. Ryan, your chances of dating Jay Maya is the same as your chances of winning an org. 0. Ryan, you truly do embrace yourself, but whoever told you to be yourself gave you bad advice. Yeah, you're basically like a software update. Every time I see you, I immediately think, not now. That's all I got.
Do it overnight. No.
Everybody, great roasting. This was really, really fun. But now we get to hear from the man himself, Ryan Nia Wayne. You get a rebuttal, sir, to everyone.
Not even gonna give him a minute to go cry.
Nah,
You have to stay for
nah,
that.
I'm good. I can hide my tears. Anyway, so Jake, thank you for putting this together and everything. I was really bummed I didn't get to play with you in Hellscape. But I always wonder how I would have done in that game. But I just watched your gameplay and I'm like, oh, that's how. The spirit out of me and crawled into you, being targeted, throwing a hissy fit, all that jazz. You threw a little Cameron in there and not McJury. So for those that had to drop out, you represented. So thank you for that. All right, first I'm gonna start with Gregg. Gregg, so I know why you have two G's in your last name. It's because your parents wanted to send you a secret message, get good, because you have not got good, my dude. And it's a constant reminder of your failures each and every day. The thing is, when I first saw you, it's funny you called me Dobby because you remind me of Ronald Weasley if he never got with Hermione, moved to America, and did a ton of crystal meth.
I'm too fat to be meth, man.
I'm also gonna be honest too. There was this thing when we did Heroes versus Villains and we were in the group chat and everything. I thought you were a mod. Like I did not remember you at all in it, and I watched it like 3 times. And yeah, you weren't very memorable in that one. I'm sorry, my dude. By the way, audience, he actually, if you saw him talk, he's missing a tooth. He did have it before Heroes versus Villains, but after he fell flat on his face in that game, he kind of just disappeared.
So many tooth jokes.
You can't handle the tooth.
Gregg, we've had many a game nights. You're fun to be around. You seem like a really cool dude. You have a pretty cool family life. You love Ninja Turtles. You love wrestling. I think you're a really solid dude. Thank you for coming out. And I was a little confused when you did sign up because I feel like you're the one that's thirsty for screen time here, like trying to make up for Heroes versus Villains. All right, next up, Kevin. I'm gonna be honest. Some of your jokes were not that great this time. I'm pretty sure you're gonna blame that on your cat too. Like you did with the planking challenge, like with Pirate Sara being born, and Sean Edwards taking your place in 45. Oh, no. That wasn't. No, they didn't choose you for that because of your tiny hands. Now, story time with Ryan Nia Wayne. The reason why Kevin got these tiny hands, he was inspired by Deadpool when he had the little baby hand, and he realized if he puts it next to his dick, it'll look huge by comparison. But that's not his biggest insecurity. His biggest insecurity is that Pirate Sara has been placing better and better in orgs, being a 3-time winner. And, we've even talked about this in the Heroes versus Villains chat. I asked him, is she getting better? Is Kevin getting worse? And I feel like he had the moral dilemma of either A, admitting that I was right, which takes so much character that I don't think he has. But I think the thing is, he realized that he's no longer the GOAT, as in greatest of all time. He's now the GOAT you bring to the end, so he gets 0 votes in the end, and you end up winning. Case in point, Pirate Sara's win. All right. That would have been a great transition to Pirate Sara, but I'm going to save you second to last. It is a little bit sad that Rachel isn't here. I do want to talk about how great of a social player she is and everything. Everyone wants to talk to her. She seems very approachable, but it's always weird because anytime you get on a call with her, she makes this face. Unless she's in a call with Michael, then she's... Yeah. I'm sorry you couldn't make it, but I hope you feel better. You rock. And Kevin, you are a great person. I didn't give you any shout outs, but you were one of my favorite contestants when I was watching Vanquish and stuff, preparing for my season. So yeah. All right, next up, we're going, since I talked about Rachel, I might as well talk about Michael. So, when I first saw him, I was pretty excited. I was a big fan. And then he opened his mouth and said, "Hello, governor." And I was a little confused because every other time I saw him, he went, and yeah, and to be honest, if you did speak Keshiwok, the Wookiee language for those in the islands, it would be much easier to understand than your actual dialect. Yeah, I mean, the first time he called me Neo, I thought he was saying Neil. He said Jorts, and I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. But it is one of your greatest strengths. The dialect works so well on Americans. He gets away with so much shit in America because he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just here to be helpful and all that." The thing is, this is why he hangs out with us. He don't got friends or any girlfriends out in the UK because it's stripped away from him. It's level playing field. He'll go up into a bar. He's like, "How you doing tonight?" And I'll be like, "Back the fuck up! What do you think you are? You hipster, like drop dead freaking rock star wannabe loser! Get the fuck out of here! What do you think you're doing? Get out of the pub, you fucking hobknocker!" Yeah.
It's
And
uncanny.
you might notice that he's on the street right now. That's because Susan finally got her army over there and burned his house to the ground. I may have pissed a lot of people off, but I've never gotten someone so mad that she hired a bunch of police officers, which I don't know how police officers over there, but over here, that's a big deal to hire them to commit arson over at your place. So well done. Hats off to you. That
people
being
still
said,
think I'm a hero.
not in the UK. But Michael, you are a hero. During that crazy ass mini, you were there during some of those cries. You are a very nice guy. You gave me this persona to play out, and you're funny. You're awesome. Love you, man. Next up, Pirate Sara. All right, so this was like I was originally going to sign up for season 7 and everything, but then I saw Pirate Sarah's picture, and then I was like, "Oh shit, Pennywise is in their goth face. I gotta get the fuck out." Here's the thing about Pirate Sara: she's a terrible liar. I don't know how the fuck she won 3 orgs because you have to lie in Survivor, and I caught her in so many lies. She contradicts her story so often. The X-Men movies have more continuity than your stories. Yeah. So funny thing about the nickname Pirate Sara is that you can't spell pirate without irate, and that's exactly what you do. That's exactly the feeling everyone has when you talk to them, especially Kristen, who they say I'm thirsty for screen time. Every opportunity you get, you ask her if you can be on a Vanquish season, and she says no. Yeah, I thought I couldn't take a hint, but props to you. And one last thing, yes, you mentioned the Twilight stuff. We were given that nickname, and it was hilarious. And if you remember the first Twilight movie, the final song there was "Flightless Bird." And I think of that song when I look at you because I wish you were a flightless bird and you would jump off a cliff and plummet to your death and splatter everywhere, only to be eaten by bugs. Love you. But no, you are one of my favorite org players before I met you, and then I met you. But you also got really good when I met you, so you're welcome. No, I think you're the whole pirate shtick. Yeah, I know you're a very caring person deep down. You're awesome. Love you.
I love you too.
All right, last but not least, Joe King. So, Joe always mentions that he does better than orgs than me. And that's because no one in the history of mankind is intimidated by a neckbeard. That is a choice, my dude. You know, you're on the internet so often, you should know that they get a bad rap, but you knowingly do it. So props to you for still rocking that. Yeah, there's a lot of material out there for me and whatnot. I'm a very memorable guy, but Joe, I only remember you mostly from the orgs for being Brandon's henchman during the game, your first game. Even the last one you did, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna potentially get eliminated by RNG when everyone else wanted to get rid of his ass. Like a good little henchman you are.
It was
so
fun.
Props. It was fun to watch.
Neckbeard was too tight.
So, I've known Joe for a while. And like since college. And the first time we hung out with each other, we were getting to know each other. We were playing a telltale game of The Walking Dead, and it was the first episode. And I was playing, I was making all the choices. He was just seeing what I was doing. And I think this was a test for Joe. Because there was a moment in the game where I had to choose for two people to live. This hot, capable woman who is good at shooting and everything, or this unaware, socially nerd who's not good at much. It comes in handy in one particular thing, but is pretty much irrelevant the rest of the game. And I had to choose between the two. And Joe was sitting right there. And I had to be a good friend and save him, because that would have sent the wrong message to Joe. And then y'all wouldn't have met me. Y'all, like with the Survivor thing and everything, we wouldn't have over almost 5 years of content and all that stuff. So I am glad that I spared his life the first time I met him.
Let's go,
Even
Doug.
though I'm pretty sure the rest of the org community very much hates you as a result. But no, we've been friends for so long. During the pandemic, when we did all the brand steals and stuff, that was something I look forward to every week. Joe, I love you. I'm glad I had you in my life. You've heard me rant, you've heard me vent, you have seen me cry more than anyone in Heroes versus Villains has. You put up with my shit, and
I
that says a
never
lot.
got the crying Neo call, and I'm still mad about it.
Boo-hoo. Get over it. You won, didn't you?
Good point.
But yes. Thank you all for coming out. I'm so glad y'all got to make some great jokes, be here, and give me more screen time, which is what this is all about. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. We weren't sure if you were going to be able to shut the fuck up, but
yeah, he definitely was the one who went way over time compared to the rest of us. So it's really on brand.
About 25 minutes.
But
on brand.
With that, with that, we are done with the roast, and it was a great one. So we will see you all next time on the Tribe of Nerds.
Fuck you, Sara.
Fuck you,
Fuck you, Ryan.
Kevin.